Hello, Namaskar, Vanakkam. This passage is going to be in English for all our viewers to learn about the Sourashtra community under the topic of Sourashtra culture and history. Here I'm going to cover some of those research findings of Dr.I.R. Dave, who published a book translated from his original Gujarati research, which was done maybe 10 years before this English translation. This book was published in 1976 in English. I want to first say what all are the contents in this book. After the introduction and foreword by great linguists and scholars, he writes 6 chapters in this book. The titles of 6 chapters are The History of Greater Sourashtra and the Sourashtrians in South India. Then chapter 2, History Preserved in the Gotra Recital. And chapter 3, Social Life and Cultural Pattern. Chapter 4, Saurashtri Language. And 5, Saurashtri Literature. Chapter 6, Conclusion, Cultural Link. So he has done some of the appendixes under some specimens from the songs of Natanagopal Swami. And there is another appendix called A Note on Sourashtra, on the Sourashtra Vajramushti Mals. So these are topics covered in this book. This book was never released. It has been stored up in the University of Rajkot, Sourashtra University. And this book is a rare one that can be found. So before we lose the tracking of this research, I want to record some of the writings in this book. Hope it will help our community in the future for students who want to do research and for people who want to know how we lived in the olden time, and that will be a record for our oncoming youngsters of generations after generations. Even if this language is totally gone or lost, there will be a remainder of all of these informations, I hope. It is a sad news that the language is kind of becoming slowly very weak, because it is not losing only a lot of words and not adapting words from other languages. It is kind of dwindling, I would say, because even action words from other languages are being included in this spoken language lately in the 21st century. And this language survived for so many centuries because our forefathers kept it up very well by following some of the cultural practices, not letting go, that helped. Not only that, our community lived in pockets in different areas of Tamil Nadu, so they could maintain the connection among ourselves in the community. So that was really kept well, and in the last century and even the century before, 20th century, end of 19th century, there were a lot of scholars who became very alert and aware and wanted to save the old scriptures and a lot of literary books, and they really made an effort to bring it back into publication. And even the published books are kind of being thrown away, not and being ignored. And it's a very sad fact. This can be happening to a lot of hundreds of languages in the world because there is no interest among people to upkeep it. And they are really worried about their survival and their own small problems of their livelihood. So, hope this book will enlighten us about our past. I will read selected passages out of this book as much as I can, which will help us to understand our history. Thank you very much.